Ali and I would have met even regardless of Fukrey, but it definitely made things easier,
Right.
and smoother, and we got to know each other better.
Isha has given you the most lazy generic answer. And knowing her, she's very smart about it.
Right.
Yes, it is about revenge, and somewhere it is always stemming from that. उसमें थोड़ा सा आपको मसाला मिलेगा, and yeah, I don't want to talk much about it. I think the excitement is, near.
Giving like nice intellectual property right ideas to.
Pushing buttons.
So welcome to News 18 Showsha. I'm Yatamanyu Narain, and I'm with my favorite couple, Ali Fazal and Richa Chadha, who are bringing the second season of Virus 2062. How are you guys?
We're
Very
great.
well, thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm also good. So right before we jump into the series, I'm curious, how big are you guys on science fiction and time travel stuff, and which are your personal favorites?
Wow. I think the merging of both, yeah, they both go hand in hand together. So, I mean, if you're really interested in it, then you'd agree, no?
Right.
Yeah, science fiction, time travel. I think it's been very fascinating for all. I mean, I don't know anyone who has never pondered about wanting to travel through time or go
Right.
back in time or see the future. So I think that's why this space is very exciting for that reason.
So I have listened to 5 episodes, and I'm bold, by how balanced and nuanced your approaches were to your characters, and the voice inflections, the voice modulation, everything. So how did you guys, tread that line? So to make your characters look, natural and not superficial.
You have some help in that regard from the person who's directing, or to someone more I would say experienced in the voice acting department. So actually I mean there was a lot of freedom to do what we wanted, but there's also Mantra who was guiding us.
Right.
So that was very helpful for me.
Right.
Also, I mean, you can hear your voice. I think that's the best part. When you're recording it, you're in there. It's a very focused, concentrated um, um, session where you're literally transporting yourself, in that space. So it becomes all about what's projecting, and the only thing you're projecting out is not an expression through voice. I mean, so I suppose if you are superficial, then the trickle effect of that on the other end will be some totally warped version. So it has
Right.
to be real, or at least from a space of real,
Mhm. So Virus 2062 also combines elements of science fiction, psychology, and social commentary. So how do you feel this genre blend, or it enhances the style of storytelling?
It's funny actually, when we did the first season, so I got to know that शायद the original work was written pre-pandemic or during the pandemic, and this discusses a virus, but several other things are also happening at the same time. So it was really very, very. It was a very meta feeling.
Right.
So that is, I thought that was quite cool to explore.
Right.
Yeah.
So and in what ways do you personally relate to the characters or the story of Virus 2062?
I don't want to relate, yeah. It's very dangerous. Also because there's a lot of, I mean, I guess a version of society that's to come or has been somewhere mirrored in certain narratives along those episodes. You know, the way we ended up, our reactions to some a sort of a virus. Of course, we are probably the unique generation to have or this world that has witnessed a pandemic already. So to have something like this, you suddenly, obviously, your obvious thought is to compare it to the one and only that we have witnessed, and sure, some allegories are there, some things match. You realize what you become, um, and the dreaded possibilities of something manifesting even further down the road. I guess reminds us of being more mindful of ourselves.
Right. Also, what kind of dialogues or discussion do you hope Virus 2062 will spark among the listeners?
I don't know if I'm really hoping for any dialogue to start around the show. I just want people to listen to it. I know it can be a little addictive trying to find out कि आगे क्या होने वाला है. तो that will be fun to watch. Like I love getting comments on my social media. Ke, when is season 3 coming? What happened to Dr. Bindia? When fans ask really specific questions, that's really fun. But other than that, I don't know what kind of dialogue it can. I haven't thought about it actually. What
Right.
kind of dialogue do you think it can start? You,
It's a very complicated question because I still have to listen to the whole thing.
yeah.
Uh, but yes,
I mean,
it's
just
something
based on
that
the first five.
right, right. But I think I have to ponder on that also. Right,
Yeah.
right.
All right.
So coming to Fukrey, like Richa, you said sometime back that if not for Fukrey, you guys wouldn't have met. And after all these years, Fukrey 3 is coming out, and but we won't get to see you and Ali Fazal together in that. So
Yeah.
did you miss him on the sets, and do you feel his absence will impact the film in any way?
Well, the thing is, we are not sure if he's entirely absent or if he's there in spirit.
Okay.
Uh, but I mean, I guess Ali and I would have met even regardless of Fukrey, but it definitely made things easier
Right,
and smoother. And yeah, we got to know each other better.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. And Ali, of course, because of multiple projects, you were not able to do Fukrey 3. So how did you deal with that FOMO? Did you ever feel like yaar kar lena chahiye tha?
Of course, I always felt, but I landed up on the set. I used to. I also, I mean, these are friends that have carried on since then, yeah.
Mm.
And we still hang out a lot. So for me to land up there was not key, entering a different space altogether. It's like home, but of course, hota to hai thoda FOMO, so definitely,
Right,
I felt bad, yeah.
right,
That I couldn't be part of the whole journey. But again, it's a journey it's giving always, and it's a fantastical world that Mrig has created. I think part three is going to be a brilliant film. I've read the script. Yeah. So let's see.
So, Rita, besides Fukrey 3, we're excited to see you in Hira Mandi. So, what should we expect to see from you in terms of your performance?
In Hiramandi, I've definitely done things
Stella.
that I haven't done otherwise. Whether it's like a very typical Bollywood kind of period dance number or just I don't know, like the love lorn tragic heroine kind of space is something that I was also excited to explore because it comes with the whole world of culture of ghazal, of dard, of one-sided love and society and patriarchy. So I loved working like that with a director like that who understands the classic things very well, and he really didn't leave any stones unturned to put his best vision out there. And yeah, I mean, I really get along. I love working with him, and he's incredible.
Right, right, right. So, Ali, how grueling was the whole Kandahar experience? I mean, what are some of your fond memories you can recall working with Gerard Butler?
A lot of memories. I think, we all stayed together on the same hotel. So it was 2.5 months, 2.5 months of, it is how it is on any set. You end up becoming great friends. The challenge is how you carry these relationships forward in your life. We made a wonderful film together with Rick
Right,
Roman War leading it, and I'm very excited. For an actor, it's amazing to be able to walk out of a film with a skill in hand, and it's almost like a rebirth of sorts. And that's very satisfying.
So now you both have also started your own production house, which is Pushing Buttons Studios, and films made under that banner have done well internationally. So what's the bigger goal you guys have in mind with this, and what kind of films do we get to see, in the coming times?
I think we look forward to bringing different types of narratives under our banner, different artists who can come, reinvent, evolve with us. We don't want to be restricted to one kind of genre. We want to be a catalyst of sorts. Yeah, we're very proud of the work that we've just finished. And Richa, if you want to add, yeah.
I mean, so Underbug won at the Slam Dance competition, which was starring Ali, which was something that we hadn't really built from the ground up. I think, to be fair, it's Shajat and Vikesh's baby, that film.
Right.
And we worked on Girls Will Be Girls, and it's now the edit is done. We are sending it to festivals.
Right.
Let's see what happens there. We hope to give you some good news soon on that front. And yeah, I mean, slowly we are just trying to put the stuff that we enjoy watching also out there.
Right. So, Ali, Mirzapur 3, the season 3 is just around the corner. And I was, interviewing Isha Talwar, and I asked her, what is the season about? And she said, it's all about revenge. तो इस लास्ट सीजन में तो मतलब आपने बदला लिया था, इस सीजन में कौन बदला ले रहा है?
Isha has given you the most lazy generic answer. And knowing her, she's very smart about it.
Right.
Yes, it is about revenge, and somewhere it is always stemming from that. उसमें थोड़ा सा आपको मसाला मिलेगा, and yeah, I don't want to talk much about it. I think the excitement is, near. It's gonna start. I mean, we're almost ready.
Right. Also, I mean, what can you tell us about Khufia and your character in it? And what was your major takeaway working with Vishal Bharadwaj?
I've actually been blessed to be able to work on two films that are in the spy world. Kandahar was the field work of a spy, you'll see, and Khufia is the other side of the spy world, which happens in closed doors.
Right.
So I think it's a brilliant spectrum to kind of have when you're really exploring the spy world. Of course, it's Vishal ji, and actors can't ask for better. He's a monument in himself. It's been pushed a little, I think. It's this year only, but Netflix has I think a roster thing, so I wouldn't know the exact release date, but we're all looking forward.
Right. So finally, I mean, will you be willing to create a visual version of Virus 2062? I mean, considering the popularity it has garnered.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. I don't know. It could be very cool. Shit.
Right.
Listen, don't talk about this because it
Are you
was
giving
on our.
ideas? Giving like nice intellectual property right ideas to
Pushing buttons.
to other people. Yeah,
Right.
We could.
can't.
You never know. There are always possibilities. I think. Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you so much for your time, Ali and Richa. I mean, here's wishing you a bountiful year ahead, and keeps us. We're waiting for all the projects that have lined up.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Yatamanyu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice.